All right, so continuing on with the Bolt Hackathon, we've got Dream Schema that we just created in the previous video. Now I want to take you to some new tools and we can continue having fun learning new things and trying new things. So we're going to try Claude Code, which is a super cool command line new tool, and enter Claude. So we can proceed. It's a new folder. Cool. Welcome to Claude Code, simple commands. It even gives you examples. We're just gonna run init like it says, so we can create a claude.md file with instructions. So here it is. That's how quick that was. It's just got basic commands, core components about what we're using. And I'm actually gonna give it feedback. I'm gonna say tell Claude what to do differently. Select my file, my AI requirements. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, yes. So it has what it needs, basic things, and it also has much more information about the kind of stuff we're gonna need, the kind of components we're gonna want. Yeah, this is great. And cool. So we've got Claude Code just set up for our disposal. We'll jump back to that shortly. I just wanted to show you a quick preview of how easy it is to set up. Let's do some other really quick tweaks to our UI. So the ShadCN registry allows you to do all kinds of stuff. It's going to power installing components, out-the-box components from ShadCN, like charts and blocks and such. Or you could just change your style very easily, or you can use something from the community things. Some examples are going to be from Supabase, has things like a whole auth set up with one command line, and you get all these files to set up auth. We already have auth, so we don't need that. What we will want is the ability to upload CSV file. So we are going to use this drop zone file upload. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. You can see it's one command you copy and paste. It's going to install update to ShadCN. And I basically just told it to not ever write my existing files and just create what it needs to. So it's pretty cool. It skipped 4, just installed 2 files, and we're set up now with the drop zone. Another thing you could do besides something like this, which is really powerful, is something easy. You can use TweakCN, which is a fun site for ShadCN themes. And I'll come here and I want to get a Supabase theme, since we're integrating with Supabase, obviously. And you could even see I've already got that preview loaded because I clicked on it before. So if I start customizing, this is all the Supabase color palette you can see up here. You get the preview about what the components are going to look like. You can tweak it if you like, or you can go ahead and just use it. So I can click on the code. You can copy these CSS variables, change it from different formats. HSL is what we're using. I'll just copy this command. Again, it's the npx ShadCN command. Jump back over, paste that. Boom. And we just overwrote our globals.css with Supabase styles. And it might not look immediately dramatically a lot different, but we actually do have an updated Supabase theme. It's obviously still in dark mode, but we can see our primary button is the Supabase green, and that's our accent hover, and we got a green check here. So we did get an updated Supabase theme, which is great. And we have our drop zone component ready in the background, so we can commit that up, and then we can actually jump now back into Bolt. Okay, so this is a really fun thing to use Bolt for. It's super good at prototyping. So we're actually going to revisit some of the bake-off prompts that we did in the previous episode, where we put ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini head-to-head. And this is from our AI requirements doc, and it gave us a couple of docs. It gave us the product requirements and a Bolt landing page prompt. From our product requirements document, I was reading this, and I really do like this introduction that it gives for what we're building here. So I'm going to copy this text all the way down to right before the code snippets. I think that's a good amount of information. So we're going to use a feature in Bolt, and if you use any of our products like Dreambase, you know that context is everything. So Bolt has a feature in settings under knowledge They have a global system prompt where you can say things like, what you want it to always do across all your projects, like I don't like pie charts. For the project prompt, however, since we're in one project, you can get very specific. So I'm going to save all that information that I just copied over, and I'm going to save that prompt. So now it's going to have this in the back of its mind anytime it's doing anything for us, which is good. I want it to always know what we're building here. The other thing I'm going to do now that we have a project prompt is I'm going to come back to this landing page prompt. It has really cool information about what a good landing page for this product would look like, all the way down to things like social proof, all kinds of stuff. So, and then it even has components to build. Goodness, this is great. So I'm going to copy all that. I don't need any more than that. And that's going to be my next prompt. Sometimes you hear us talk about mega prompts, and this is kind of a good example of a long one. But I think Bolt will be able to handle this amount of context. So I'm just going to say, okay, let's build this next. Make it award-winning design. Sometimes I like to encourage AI. It's interesting to see if that actually helped or not. And that's a long prompt, but I'm gonna press enter. And after a quick refresh with a little bit of a bug there, dang, what do we have here? All right, we got a quasi logo with some hover effects. We got the nav that we hoped for, connect Supabase. Everything you need to build better schemas. Holy shnikes. That's actually a pretty darn good mock UI that we got there. 4 simple steps. Excited to see when this is true, about when all these people start and use it on GitHub and we generate 10,000 schemas. Dang. So by giving it some guidance today with some theming, by going back to our original prompts that we generated with Claude, by giving it some project context, and then just one more prompt, we got all this. I can go smooth this out. So this is typically, now I'm going to pull this down and work in cursor a little bit just to make sure all my links still work and such. But what do you think? That's pretty darn slick for a quick prototype, isn't it? See you soon. Hey, I'm back. I wanted to show you something real quick. So I was making little tweaks here and there with our really cool landing page that I'm really happy with. I like almost everything here at first glance, but I'm just not happy with this hero. It's got some like background blur animation, but it's pretty boring. So I'm in the hero here, and this is one of the new components that was just created by Bolt. And I was about to just say make this cool, but I'm actually going to go, and I switched over to regular Claude Sonnet mode, not thinking for this. I'm going to say my hero background is boring, not just floating blobs of green on black. You use your 21st of UCP and find some really cool hero animated backgrounds. I'm just going to let it run it. Cool. Some grid matrix style backgrounds. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, cool. It updated it, and now it has to create the vortex component. Cool. Okay, it created the new component. You can click on the name here. And if I jump over, dang. All right, well, that's fun. I've got positioning errors to fix, so I'll go tell it to fix the positioning, but that's a really crazy background. I'm basically going to go tell it to just make that the Supabase green colors and fix the positioning, and then we're good to go. Pretty cool, right? See you soon.